The Century Tuna Subic Bay Ironman 70.3 athletes were off to a good start as they made their way to the swim course. At this point, it is still fair game as the athletes make the transition to the bike course.
NLEX, as we knew in the past, and SETEX will now be seamless, and that will just make a big difference.
Participants will use the long runway of the airport, heading out to Argonaut Highway, turn right at Rizal Highway, then turn left to Subic-Tipo Expressway. They will then bike all the way to Tipo Exit and enter the roads of Subic, Subic-Tarlac Expressway, or SETEX. From SETEX, participants will head to the turnaround at Florida Blanca Interchange, make a turnaround, then head back to Tipo Gate. Participants will then enter Subic Bay, using the Subic-Tipo Expressway, heading back to Rizal Highway and Argonaut Highway, heading to Subic Bay Convention Center, or SBEC. Upon entering SBEC, they will head to the parking lot for Transition 2, rack their bikes, and start the 21-kilometer run. MNTC wants to ensure that travelers will not be inconvenienced during holidays with their new development.
Our advocacy is to have a green expressway. By that, we want it to be very ecologically friendly. We do not do anything that will destroy any part of nature. We discourage a lot of pollution.
The women are looking strong as Caroline Stefan and Radka Vodikova currently have a very healthy lead over Bree Wee and Catherine Haisner. Dimity Lee Duke follows close by in 4th place on the bike. For both Patrick Lang and Jonathan Chavatella, it is the first time for both athletes racing in the heat and humidity of the Philippines. Currently, both athletes are up the front pushing the bike. At the hour mark, Caroline Stefan and Radka Vodikova are currently riding together and have a huge lead over the other women pros. The race is just heating up, as we also see the age groupers and relay athletes make their way through the course. But unfortunately, the race is over this early in the game for Australian pro Lachlan Karen, who has suffered a mechanical issue on the bike course.
Oh, just my handlebars broke. They snapped, yeah. Oh, pretty annoyed. I've been here for 2 weeks, so it is what it is though, that's racing, and have to just look forward to the next one, I think, yeah.
Meanwhile, Patrick Lang from Germany has broken away and is riding solo up the front. He has a solid lead over the rest of the main group, around 1 minute and 30 seconds. The main group includes Tim Reed, Tim Burkle, Craig Alexander, Sam Betten, and Jonathan Chavatella.
I'm just going to pace myself on the bike and try and stay in touch and hopefully unleash a good half marathon to finish up near the front somewhere.
Tim Reed is working hard on the front of the chase group to try and close the gap. Caroline Stefan still leads the women, but cannot shake Radka Vodikova, while Dimity Lee Duke is riding very well and has definitely taken a good chunk of time out of the lead girls. Currently around 2 minutes and 30 seconds back on Caroline and Radka. It is quite undulating out here on the highway, but once they hit the end, it's a fast descent back into town. The sun is starting to really sting here now and will definitely play a part on the run. Can the competitors beat the heat? It isn't just the pros who will be challenged here, but the age groupers as well, as the heat of the sun is an equalizing factor. The gap is now 1 minute and 30 seconds. Patrick Lang is showing a solid race. It will be interesting to see what he has for the run and whether the big runners can close the gap. one thing is for sure, it is going to be an incredibly hot and humid run. Patrick Lang is into transition 2 in first place, having crushed the last 20 kilometers with a 3-minute 30-second lead over the men's pro group. We have Sam Benton, Craig Alexander, Tim Burkle, Tim Reed, and Jonathan Chavatella out of transition 2 and onto the run. They have quite a bit of time to make up behind Patrick Lang. Caroline Steffen is first off the bike, followed closely by Radka Vodikova. This race is going to go down to the wire as both girls are excellent runners. Vodikova and Steffen could not be separated throughout the 90-kilometer bike, arriving at transition 2 together with a 4-minute buffer over Duke, who made strong ground through the field.
Well, I think it's going to be hard because it's going to be hot. But friends told me it's really nice organized in the finish line. There is a lot of food, ice cream, ice bath. So this is gonna push me through the hard moments during the race.
Dimity Lee Duke is into transition 2, about 4 minutes down in third. Bree Wee is now into transition 2 in fourth place. Conditions here in Subic are still great. Not a breath of wind out on the bike course. But this means athletes are going to be facing extreme heat on the run. We see Mayan Amistoso make the transition, as well as Selma Hitalia. They are both putting up great efforts under the blistering sun, showing that they won't be slowed down so easily.
I love the Philippines, guys!
Pros and the elites, we start to see the rest of the age groupers emerge from the bike and make the transition to the deciding leg of the race. When we return, athletes face the final leg of the Century Tuna 70.3 Ironman, the run course, where all roads lead to the finish line. Find out who finishes first. Don't miss it. The Century Tuna Ironman 70.3 Subic Bay, Philippines would like to thank Gatorade, our official sports drink, Human Nature, Region, Cetaphil, BLDT Subictel, Videosonic, Devant,